and today I'm going to talk about countries these days should definitely accept more refugees. This all started one night when I was watching the night news. I saw this report about how refugees these days are not being well taken care of. One picture stabbed through my heart deeply. I saw this little boy holding his dad's hand tightly, looking at the camera with fear and innocence and helplessness in his life. Eyes like this. I was touched by it. I wondered why countries these days don't want to accept more refugees. I went through research and found two main reasons. One is that they're afraid that when they accept refugees may tear down their economy. And the other is that they're afraid refugees can carry out terrorist attacks in the new country. Well, I've always learned to see both sides of a fact before judging it. And in this case, it is a mistake to focus on the refugee resettlement, while not looking at their financial and economic benefits. So basically, research proves that refugees give more than they take. Researcher Daniel Fitzgerald used data from the American Community Survey to prove that the U.S. spends roughly $15,000 in relocation costs and $92,000 in social programs over refugees' first 20 years in the country. However, over the same time period, refugees pay nearly $130,000 in taxes, which is $20,000 more than they receive in benefits. So refugees are actually beneficial for the economy. About the terrorism point, I don't think that's completely true, because Manny Crone, a senior researcher at DIS, wrote a report about how, instead of refugees, European citizens are behind most terrorist attacks in Europe. So basically, it's not a threat to the security of the host country, because there are plenty of researches similar to this one throughout the world. So basically, terrorism rises from oppression, but setting anti-refugee laws only oppresses these refugees. Jonah Eaton from the Washington Post writes in 2015, so basically, by not accepting refugees, the US and other countries are making them more dangerous. Armed militias are forming in refugee camps, and this is endangering the countries around them. Human rights promotes terrorism, and turning refugees won't help terrorism. It might make terrorism worse, because refugee restrictions actually just boost the terrorist recruitment. Another good thing about accepting refugees is that it can help with the aging workforce. Refugees help to boost the labor market. Judah Zilver at the Pew Research Center writes in 2015, massive influxes of refugees bring hundreds of thousands of young people into Europe, where the population is aging too quickly. In 2015, according to UN Population Division data, 17.6% of Europe's population was 65 years old or older. 27 of the 30 territories globally with the largest elderly population are in Europe. Younger refugees can help to boost the workforce, support the economy, and contribute to the care of the elderly population. I believe with absolute conviction that the world needs to act as a unified front and start burden sharing. New York Times author Zeynep Tufekci writes that 60 million people have been displaced from their homes, half of them children. Wealthy and powerful nations aren't doing their part. The US, for example, has taken fewer than 1,000 refugees from Syria in total. It's clear that our leaders aren't stepping up. Therefore, we must push them to do the right thing. According to New York Times author Renus Weiss, he writes that Jordan had taken over 600,000 refugees, which is starting to cripple their economy. On the other hand, UK, with 78 times GDP of Jordan, only wants to take in 20,000. It's time to take responsibility. In conclusion, we should accept, help, and support the refugees in need. Refugees shouldn't be called as burdens, given that they can help with the society, support the economy, and contribute to the care of the elderly population. Thank you.